Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is Darcy's Misadventures with Mixed Media. I'm going to be working on my desk today. I'm not just going to be putting stuff on the floor, I'm going to be putting stuff away. I will show you a quick video of what it looks like before I start. So that's my desk right now. And so yeah, we'll see how long that takes. This will be a sped up video. I'll do a voiceover, you know, like the last time. Oh, sorry Mariah. Straighten that up. It looks crooked when I straighten it. That's because the phone's crooked in my eyes. Okay. Here we go. I just talked for 8 minutes and I was not recording when I thought I was recording. That's so frustrating. All right, so I'm turning on one of Cass's podcasts, listening to that while I clean off my desk, which took way longer than I thought it was. I thought it would take about 15 to 20 minutes. No, because, you know, there were a lot of layers to get through on this desk. And I put things in their general vicinity of where they go, and I wasn't too worried about getting it put away perfectly, if you understand, because I still haven't worked on the places that those things go, like my inks, my distress inks, the pads, they go to the right of me, but there's things in the way, so I couldn't really put them away, but I put them in that general vicinity, and then when I get to that area, then they'll get put away, or I'll figure out how I like them better. I'm still struggling to figure out how I want the inks, and also it would help if I probably need to go ahead and do the little color swatch on the fronts if I'm going to be stacking them like that. And then my liquid inks, I have a container for those that I haven't been able to find, so they're just going in another box up on the shelf for now. You'll see that at the end. And let's see, what did I talk about during that 8 minutes? Oh, it's so frustrating because I was like already struggling to come up with more stuff. So if you are wanting to do some decluttering yourself, the people that I like to watch are Cass at Clutterbug and Dana K. White, who's a slob comes clean, and Dawn, the minimal mom. Not that I'm a minimalist, I'm definitely not, but she has a lot of good tips, and it's because of her I don't fold my underwear anymore. So, and yesterday, after I did about an hour in the studio yesterday, which you guys saw if you watched the video, and then I rested, and then I tidied in my bedroom for, I don't know how long that took, and my son helped me make supper. He's 24, and when he has the energy, he helps make supper, which I really appreciate. And I like, it's more fun working in the kitchen with him. My husband, not so much. But my son, I really enjoy cooking with. So we made supper together yesterday. So I got a good amount done yesterday. And then today I really wanted to work upstairs and do some collaging with some of the papers that I found yesterday. But my hands just weren't having it. They feel better now. So I think that the little workout they got from cleaning off the desk was really helpful. It kind of got them. There's a little mini workout. I'll have a rest before I go work on that stuff. I sometimes can only do about an hour a day, or an hour at a time. Yesterday I think I did 2 sessions of an hour, but I learned last week that I can't overdo it, because then I'll have a whole day where I can't do anything, and that's super annoying. Also, if you are working on decluttering, I encourage you to let go of things that are not your style anymore. Our tastes change over time, and so something you liked a year ago, you might never use now, because that's just not your taste. That's just not your style anymore. You might have started out watching someone and liked the stuff they were doing and were kind of doing it their way, but then as you experimented and as you played and did your own thing, that you found out that, well, that was nice for a time, but now your tastes have changed. And don't go on thinking, well, maybe I'll like that stuff again someday. Well, if you do, you can just make new stuff. So, you know, you can send some happy mail to somebody, donate it at your local thrift store. You know, if you've got a little Etsy shop or Ko-fi shop, maybe sell some of it, or, which is actually more work. And it's okay to throw it away too. It's okay. But just let it go. It's okay to let it go. It's not your taste anymore. It's not your style. You can let it go. It's all right. I give you permission. You don't need my permission. And of course, that's you. Not everybody wants to do that, and that's fine. But that's just one thing to look at if you're struggling with decluttering and you have too much stuff. I know I have too much stuff, and I have gone through my space and gotten rid of, usually each year I get rid of like 2 trunk loads of stuff to the thrift store and about 8 bags of trash, full-size trash bags. And that's not through the whole year. That's just like in one of my declutter sessions, which I've done the last 3 years. I haven't done it this year yet because things happened. I had my surgery in January and then started having the arthritis pain in March. And for anyone that's new, I was then diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. And then the x-ray shows that I also have osteoarthritis. So that limits what I'm able to do, unfortunately. But it also is a big reason why I'm decluttering my space. Too much clutter causes a rise in cortisol and adds stress, and I have enough stress in my life. I don't need more. Between my son, I can't remember now if I talked about my son's autoimmune diseases in this part or the last part, but my son, who I like to cook with, the 24-year-old, he has limited energy as well because he has 3 autoimmune diseases. I just have the one, plus the arthritis. I feel lucky? No, not really. He has type 1 diabetes. I've talked about him before. And he has Hashimoto's thyroiditis. And then the worst one is the Addison's disease, which is the most rare one that he has, which usually gets diagnosed when you're in your 30s. He was 18. And then when I was in a support group, I found out there's a lot of people much younger. And his pediatric endocrinologist, when she saw that he had, when she got back the test that it was positive, she changed her protocol, because when doctors go to school and they learn things a certain way, and she's like, okay, it presents in the 30s, so she wasn't checking it quite as often. And the only reason she found out is, in the first place, is because if you have one autoimmune disease, you're more likely to have another autoimmune disease. So she would check for antibodies, and she just happened to check his adrenal glands for antibodies, and it came up positive. And then he had to go do another test where they inject, it's not adrenaline, it's a hormone that forces the cortisol to be released. And then they test your blood at like 30 minutes and at an hour, and at the 30-minute mark, it was lower. His cortisol was lower than when the first test. So he definitely was not making cortisol. Even after, I think, ACTH, I don't remember what the hormone was they injected, but yeah, he got a positive. He failed with a positive result. So weird how medical tests are. So yeah, he was 18. He's 24 now. He just doesn't have a lot of energy a lot of the time. And so for him and for me, I really want the whole house to be decluttered, easy to clean, or even easy to be able to have a housekeeper come in every other week or something to help me, or for my husband to be able to. So my husband's willing to help. He just doesn't, so he says he doesn't know what to do. And I'm like, well, look around. It's pretty obvious things that need to be done, but that's how husbands are. And then he asks for things to do, and then I'm like, no, it's fine. And then when I do ask, he complains, and I'm like, well, you said you were willing to help, so help already. It's my gripe session now. Anyway, so let's see. Yeah, clean off the desk. There's the container I'm talking about found a bigger container, stuck it on the shelf until I can find the other container. There is still a lot to do in my studio. There's plenty to do all over the house. The studio is just a big space that I want to take care of so that I can come down here and have some art therapy. Basically, more than anything, I just want to be able to have a space for me. And I am so ready to have so much less stuff. I think I want to focus a little bit more on the mixed media aspect of things. I mean, I still want to incorporate it into journals and stuff, but also having the outlet with the live sales with Cheryl at the whole bucket. I don't always have to put things into journals. I could like just send stuff to her to sell at the live sales, and also have stuff to sell in my Ko-fi shop if I want to. So that will be good. Now that I have, I'm starting to get a little bit better at putting together packages for sale. If you come Tuesday to Cheryl's live sale, you will see some of the things I've put together, and you know, they look nicer. And I did speed this video up 4 times speed. So again, if you watch it at 2 times speed, you're going to be watching it at 8 times speed, because that's how math works. If I'm wrong, tell me, but I'm pretty sure that's how it would work. 4 times 2 is 8. Yes, that's how we math. I even wiped down my desk for you guys. I thought, you know, see it all the way to the end, but I'm not done yet. Let's see, 10, 20. So it took about 40 minutes to clean off the actual desks, and the other 13, 14 minutes was spent. I wanted to fit that cup over there, but I couldn't move that shelf. The other was spent cleaning off that front part, that shelf. So I think I've showed it before, that brown thing, because there's, is an upside down shelf, wall shelf. Like, it's a shelf that goes on the wall, and I put it upside down on my desk, and it has like a little, I don't know if you can see it when I turn the camera after, but there's it has a piece on the back. So that keeps stuff from falling off my desk, because there's baseboard heat. So there's like a good 3-4 inches between my desk and the wall. So that upside down shelf really helps to keep things from falling down behind my desk. So that is why I have that on there. And then the other shelf on top just gives me more. I go vertical. I like to have everything near me, and the best way I figured out how to do that is to go vertical. So, yep. So I'm pulling everything out and wiping things down. It was dirty. It's been a while since I've done that. And really, I'm downstairs too, so it's probably more dusty. Downstairs is it's not the basement. We just have a 2-level house, and this is where you walk in. If you walk in the front door, you come into I think it used to be like a family room to the left, which is my studio. And then my dad's bedroom is to the right, and there's stairs right in front of you to go upstairs. And then also on the first floor is my son's room, a half bath, and the utility room, the laundry room, where the AC unit and everything is. And then the heat furnace and the hot water heater are in the closet in my dad's room. And then you go up the stairs, and then to the right is my son's room and our room, and then there's a full bath upstairs, and then to the left is the living room, kitchen, and dining area. It's not a dining room. It's just a space next to the kitchen that can fit a small table. We don't have a very big house. It's about 1,300 square feet, and that includes the utility room, which is unfinished. So yeah, not a huge space with, for a lot of the year, 5 of us living here. My dad spends summers up in Maine, and he goes up to Massachusetts for his eye doctor appointments. But during the winter and fall and a lot of spring, he's here with us. And my adult sons, 24 and 30, they live here too. And then I allow my husband to live here too. So yeah. So let's see. Yep, there it is. I hope you guys have a delightful day. Love you.